A term thrown around a lot within relationships is the idea of what is the bare minimum. Now, you can obviously say the bare minimum is considered of some sort of standard. You have standards for who you want to pursue and who your future partner is. And I think that is something that we all have, basic expectations. But I do think the idea of what is the bare minimum is thrown around a lot within social media and our current generation, and the definition for it is being rewritten on a daily basis. Now, I do think the definition for it is being rewritten for the worse. It isn't helping either side, male or female, and majority of the time, things that are considered as the bare minimum isn't actually the bare minimum. These ideas are stemming into delusion, and they are single-handedly ruining relationships. Now, basic ideas of what is considered as the bare minimum, communication, not cheating, understanding each other's roles in life, and, being emotionally there for one another is something that we can all agree on. But one thing I do notice a lot of relationships that happen around me is the idea that people don't even allow each other to keep developing their own character within relationships. When certain expectations aren't met, people just let go. I do think that is, I do think there isn't much tolerance from either side. And obviously certain things are unacceptable. And you really need to crack down on them and make a decision that, you have to separate yourself from that person. But this issue happens way too often within younger people, and everyone's still getting used to life, and we aren't necessarily super experienced or can be mature in certain aspects quite yet. And I do think people stray away from those conversations if they realize it's a problem with their current partner, and they are just eager to leave and find someone else. I do think this problem stems a lot from materialistic things or materialistic wants, because social media has made it out to seem that you need to be a billionaire at 20 years old, and there's certain things that are just like, really out there, that has a very negative influence on both sides. um, Needing to be physically perfect, needing to be mentally perfect. There's a lot of things that, make no sense, and has been rewriting what the idea of the bare minimum is. But for myself, I do question if I ever deserve the bare minimum. Now, this is something a lot of people aren't accountable for. People ask for the bare minimum while not being able to give any of it themselves. And obviously, I think in most relationships, in the beginning at least, are not 50-50 in terms of who does a better job in giving out the bare minimum. Relationships, the majority of the time, require initiation from one side, and that initiation brings forth comfort towards the eventual goal of the bare minimum. Now, I do think for myself, I need to give much more. I just don't think I deserve, certain things, certain qualities from people if I don't bring forth all my qualities at once. And I do think it is respect for the other side. I think I have a lot of respect for the person I am interested in. And I don't expect certain things to be given forth if I don't give my all to them. You know, I making people comfortable for who I am very early on. And then maybe, after a certain period of time, we want both sides to reciprocate the same amount. But yeah, that's really all I got for today. I'll see y'all later.